Hello. I want to show you how I'm altering this paper mache box. Okay. The first thing I did was I used this Barn Red Distress paint, and I took a paintbrush and smeared it around, and it's dried pretty quick. I'm going to use this stamp. It's a brick stamp set from Mark's Fine Arts, and I apologize. I spur of the moment decided to do this. Now I'm gonna be embossing on top of this, so I need the archival ink, and I'm gonna use the dark brown and just ink it up good. And I want to go all the way to the top. Well, okay, now so do your corner. I want to keep the pattern straight, so it's going to be hard to work up in this corner right here. So you're just going to have to, that's how come I don't have it on a block. I want to make this look very weathered. And I'm going to do a Versamark stamp on it. I'll do the sides. Keep them even. Because I use this brick or cracked look a lot. And so just get up in the crack as far as you can. Okay, so turning it sideways did not mess it up too bad. And do this other side. And don't forget the bottom, because if somebody, uses this as a Christmas ornament hanging in the tree, you want all of it covered. Okay. Now, since how that dries pretty quick, we can move right on. Now, the next thing I'm going to do, I have a stamp set from Verve stamp set that I won. This is it right here. I use a few of these pretty often. It's called Blue Skies. And I've got these, well, you can't see it yet, but we're going to be embossing on top of this in white. So I'm gonna use this and you don't want it to be, obvious. So we're gonna, but you need a stamp that's small enough. Ooh, I just pushed that away from the edge. I was pushing too hard. You want it all the way around the box. And it doesn't have to be perfect. We're going to emboss in white. And this definitely does not have to be perfect. These little paper mache boxes, I've done a couple of them and added paper to them, but then you have to cut all these weird shapes of paper. So I decided, instead of having to do that on this one, that sorry, I got a phone call. I went ahead and embossed, and as you can see, it's sticking to a little bit of the brick too, which is okay. Now, if you haven't embossed before, you really need to warm your heat tool up. It won't take as long to emboss. And then you're gonna heat it until you see it turning color. See how it's turning real solid white? And just move it slow. You don't want to do this, okay? Work your way around your piece. And this white just really, because we're going to do another technique and distressing it after this is done and cooled off a little bit. definitely am going to speed up the video because you don't need to like watch me do all this drying. I got some embossing powder down in the hole. So all in all, I think that turned out good, didn't it? Really good. Okay, now what we're going to do is we're going to get Distress ink because I love Distress ink. And I'm going to use probably 2 colors. I'm going to use this Antique Linen and the Vintage Photo, okay? And you got to remember it's not going to go over top of your embossed image, and that's fine too. It's getting kind of as you can tell, it's turning it a color. You can wipe that off, but we're not gonna, because I don't want it to start white. Okay. And just keep working it in, working it in. And if you don't have one of these tools yet, I highly recommend it. Okay, I'm back. Got my black, and I save old. Let's just kind of lightly hit this, and then I got my old sock here. Gonna keep going in the same direction, kind of wipe and swipe, and that's leaving a pretty good look there. So we're gonna wipe and swipe. Okay, so here's the dark, and then we're gonna come back here and wipe at it. Kind of blend that in a little bit. And that edge is a little darker, so we're going to come back over here, put a little more dark on it. Because you know, weathered roofs are many, 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 many shades. And to tell you the truth, I think I've been using some Rub and Buff today. So why stop now, right? So let's use a little bit on this. I have a tendency to overdo on the Rub and Buff, but we want it to have maybe a metal roof, and now I'm gonna warn you now, wherever you put that stuff, it don't come back off, okay? It don't rub off like paint, but it's giving it a nice sheen, and when you rub it, it really, really, really shines. Look how pretty and shiny it is. Maybe a little much right there. But look how you can go over it, antique it even more so it's not real, real golden shiny. Knock that tone down a little bit. Ooh, I really like it. And it's called Rub and Buff. Rub and Buff. And I'm going to tell you, I've had this tube probably at least a year. And I don't use it a heck of a lot, but it's going to last me my lifetime, I guess. I don't foresee it running out anytime soon. And I'm just touching my finger barely to it. And rubbing it on there. Cover that back with some black. And rub it in. Okay? That's a nice look, isn't it? Very nice, very nice. Okay, so I'm going to get my embellishments ready, and we're going to decorate this box. Be right back. Okay, I'm back, and I've pulled out some bits and pieces here to decorate with. And I've already measured my lace right here. And I don't know if I've had some bad luck with some hot glue. So what we're going to do is we're going to use this Scotch quick dry adhesive. My hot glue stuff is just like falling off, and nothing is more embarrassing. I sell a lot of my work, so I do not want stuff falling off. And this quick dry is pretty quick, so it works okay. And so I'm going to start using that instead. Now today I made something to where I did use the hot glue to originally adhere some really thick embellishments, but I was using my E6000 glue on top of that. Now I had a friend send me some burlap, and this is like the only little piece I have left. I love this stuff, so, and I'm not even going to use all of it. We're gonna pull a little bit of these out so we can get a little rough edgy going here, and probably layer that right here. And yeah, we're not gonna have no room for a bird, I'm afraid. These are wild orchid flowers. I love my wild orchid flowers. Would love to be on that design team. I love what they make. You're going to have to kind of put some glue on that since I'm not using hot glue. Now they sell these poinsettias, and I've tried inking them. I've tried a lot of stuff, and I do like slipping in the little bitty flowers for a backdrop for them. I like doing that. And today though, what we're going to do, we're going to pinch them up. We're probably going to add some I have these little bitty roses. I know, roses and poinsettias, but I just love flowers, period. And I have these dollar scissors I got from Freight and Harbor, and they work just like magic. And before we get too far, I'm going to have to put my bow on. I went ahead and tied my bow. I hate doing that on camera. I get my seam binding ribbon from a lady on Etsy, and I wasn't sure like which one I'm going to use. I'm so into the brown tones this year. What I may do is we'll just make us a little loopy of this, and kind of do it like that maybe. I don't want to cover up my flowers, but I definitely want some of the red, so I'm not going to need like all that. So what I'm going to do, I am going to use my hot glue to stick it down, and then we'll also put both kinds of glues so that it'll stay down. Yeah, like that. And I'll come back in. And too, this glue has no strings, so we'll just come back in and put a big blob, because this is going to dry clear, and it doesn't ever take away from the design. Alright, now we do want to cover that up, and I think this will look good. Cut that stem off. You can use the stems. I use the stems sometimes. And curling them up. And we gotta have another one of these. I wish these matched my seam binding. I thought they'd be more burgundy colored, but that's okay. We just want to have some reds in here. Maybe put it on this side. And while I was going through my stash, I found this beautiful lace and I cut it to fit. We're going to need a little hot glue until that dries solid. We'll come back and spritz that here in a minute. But this beautiful vintage lace, I decided to put that on the roof. Don't you think that makes a cute roof? I do. I love that. It's hard to tell which side. Oh, I think I stuck the wrong side down. See how fast that is sticking? You know, if I put that right here, that other piece may cover that up. So I'm going to stick this right here and layer my next, and I'll clean up my edges here in a second. Okay, I'm back and I am finished. So I have the lace, put a little button right here. I still got a little hot glue showing. I had these leaves that I added behind it. It turned out pretty well. Here's another one that I did. Kept it really simple. Did the same technique on the box. Stamping it, inking it. And then I found this spray at a yard sale. I think it turned out really well too. Anyway, hope you'll make you some Christmas boxes. Have a great day. Bye.